Sausage. Hello, and welcome to another episode of First, the show where I, Marcus Nez, gives you my first impressions on a game, and this here episode is all about Catie in MeowmeowLand, a classic 2D point-and-click adventure game with beautiful art where instead of using creative thinking or deduction, you just use brute force clicking, making it a perfect example of everything wrong with the point-and-click adventure genre. I don't really need to spend too much time on this game, do I, with that introduction, because I basically said exactly what I think of this game. I love the art. I love cats, so it's got that going for it. It's basically Alice in Wonderland, but more catty. It's not entirely catty. There are other creatures and things in it than just cats, like some dude with really long hairy legs that's kind of gross, disgusting. But it's, Alice in Wonderland. You fall down a hole and then you come out a cat's butthole. I'm not lying there. That's how you are introduced to this wonderful world. You fall down the hole, you get eaten by a cat, then you come out its butthole, and then there are more cats and stuff to do. But this is a perfect example of everything wrong with the point-and-click adventure genre. For me, at least. I don't know if there are people who actually like this type of gameplay, but when a point-and-click adventure game doesn't require much thought and is really just about clicking everything on the screen until you've clicked everything you can interact with and dragging things here and there until something works with something else, I don't like that. I don't find any satisfaction from that because I don't feel like I've discovered anything or used my brain in any way. I've just brute force my way through a screen because that's what you're doing. You're on a single screen and you have to figure out how to get to the next screen so that you can just do a bunch of clicking all over again. And some of the puzzles are really dumb and add extra steps that aren't needed logistically. They don't make any sense why you would have to take this extra step. For instance, there's a giant cat with a pipe in one of the early screens and you have to at one point light its pipe so that bubbles will come out and then I don't know, this hat comes down that you can use to get away or some bullshit. But in order to light the pipe, you have to use fire to light it, of course. Obviously, how else are you gonna light it? But the stupid thing is, while you do get some matches, you can't light the pipe with the matches. Instead, you've got to take the match, light the candle, which is sentient. It's an alive candle, so you light the whole fucking thing on fire, and you just get to maybe that's what they want. They want you to feel bad about lighting this alive candle on fire, but you gotta light the candle on fire, and then take the candle and its fire and light the pipe that way. Why? Who fucking knows why? Because it's a point-and-click adventure game, I guess. I don't know. But I spent 30 minutes with the game before I had enough of it. I love the look of it so much, but that can only take it so far. And I feel like there are so many point-and-click adventure games that try and live and survive on their art, but that's not enough. No matter how good you look, if it's frustrating to play, I don't care. I don't care. But I think this is a somewhat inherent problem with the point-and-click adventure genre. But I feel like, at least in other games, the frustration comes from things not making sense, but they make sense in the world of that particular puzzle game. But that's not what MeowmeowLand is giving you. It's just basically asking you to interact with everything that changes when you move the cursor over it, saying that, yay, you can do stuff with me, and dragging things around, making things go here and there, and just like, no. It was an incredibly tedious, annoying, frustrating experience, even more so because it does look as good as it does. But yeah, Catie in MeowmeowLand is a disappointing point-and-click adventure game that is only worth playing if you really like point-and-click adventure games and just have to play them all, or you like the art and the aesthetic so much so that you don't mind or wouldn't mind playing through the game with a walkthrough, or you just don't mind brute force clicking through a point-and-click adventure game, because that's what you're going to do. You're just going to be clicking around until things work with other things, because that's another problem. There will be instances where you know what you have to do, or you believe you know what you have to do, but it won't work until you've done something else that doesn't really need to be done in order to make this other thing work, but you still have to do it because that's just what the game has decided you have to do. So there will be instances like that as well, where you have to wait to make two things interact with each other until you've done some other crap. All right. That's it. Anywho, once again, I'm Marcus Ness. Y'all can find me on Twitter and pretty much everywhere at PX Sausage. If you'd like to see me streaming games like Catie and MeowmeowLand, you can do so over at twitch.tv/PX Sausage. If you aren't already checking out the videos I make, like the one right here, this thing is in video form. If you're not already doing that, you can do so over at youtube.com/pixelated sausage. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, and all that jazz. That is again youtube.com/pixelated sausage. Speaking of pixelated sausage, if you put a dot and a com after that, you got my website, pixelatedsausage.com, where you can find more stuff like this, as well as the art I'm making. If you see something you like, you can purchase a print of the piece you fancy. And if you fancy the site in general and anything that we do, please go over to patreon.com/pxs and support us that way. As always, thank you for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed this here episode, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye!
No. No. No.
Hello.
No. 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 Yeah.
Oh, yippee.
No. No.